Chapter 169, No More Tributes. 3 days after killing the middle-aged man. After that, the number of people came to my place decreased. I mean, it was prohibited to come. That goes without saying because I have killed the middle-aged man. The citizens' reactions are generally annoyed. These are the people who say that the middle-aged man deserves to die without hesitating. Although they don't speak of it, it looks like most people think so. But among them, there are people who think that the spider is dangerous after all. Such people are usually glared by the people in the surroundings, and they correct what they have said in a hurry. Religion is scary. Actually, seeing from citizens, I'm a very dangerous creature. But still, the worshipped faith. Those who believe will be saved. Judging from a Japanese sense, religion is hard to understand. Well, such thing doesn't matter. The problem is the number of people that came decreased and the tribute decreased. Even if it's prohibited, the people who come will come. Faithful people, and people who want the wounds and disease to be cured. But such people come only in bit by bit. It doesn't come, the food doesn't come. There's no sweet food. It's painful. I was able to replenish my decreased SP relatively easily. Come to think of it, the complete recovery by level up disappeared before I know it. Well, I can somehow imagine the reason. I've exceeded the acceptable limits that can be recovered. The complete recovery level up comes from the n%i=w skill. Although that's something like an extra function that was set by D so we don't die easily, the energy of the recovery is pumped out from the world. Although it would be good that a little amount of energy is pumped out when it's a low status, when I become this strong, an enormous amount of energy needs to be pumped out to recover. That's why was it set up that supply will stop when a certain point is reached, or did D tamper the setting in real time? If I think about it, the shedding didn't take place even if I leveled up recently. Recently, because my HP didn't decrease when I leveled up, I didn't mind it, but I think that the recovery probably stopped from there. So I looked for prey to recover my SP that had rose greatly and irregularly to the maximum. Even if I say so, I have set an aim. Although I wander around aimlessly when I'm free to fill the map of his neighborhood, I discover a considerably large-scale group of bandits at that time. I mean, they made a village. At that time, I didn't attack because the judgment was strange whether it's the bandits or if it's a village made at a remote area. No, well, almost all of the villagers have the snatch skill, so I think they're obviously bandits from their appearance. Because I became able to understand words, I confirmed whether the bandit village was really a bandit village or not. Well, should I say as expected? It was the bandit. It was confirmed that they are a large-scale group of bandits that move in organization and attack village or town in the vicinity, travelers, and moving merchants. Now that I know that, there's no need to hold back. I annihilated them and eat them deliciously. They were quite strong as bandits, so the experience points were delicious. Thanks to that, my level rose by 3. The taste was not so bad because they made a village and they are clean, so the stomach is satisfied. But this and that are different. There's always room for sweet foods. Even if my stomach is satisfied, my heart is not satisfied. Well, it can't be helped. I must think that it's better even if the offering is little. When I was in the labyrinth, I can never eat sweet foods. If it's compared with that, now is more luxurious. When I taste luxury once, I can't return to the origin. Desire is frightening. Because it can't be helped, even if I ask for the moon, I will pick up the sound in the town and eavesdrop today. The rumor of the war begins to appear among citizens. Well, as expected, I think that there's no war. There's a scheme to make us use of the diplomacy to raise the war. The other party is a small country, too. To be frank, the benefit obtained is lower than the cost. It might be good if there's at least one strong soldier who matches, but when I see the human strength that I have seen so far, I don't think that there's a human who's matchless. Then, after all, it becomes a war of attrition, and the soldiers will be used until the end. There's also the consumption of the supplies, and there's also the post-treatment after winning. To be frank, even if they fight and win, it's a long way off to obtain any benefit. But wait, this country is a religious country. When it comes to a religious war, will it change? Then it's not impossible. Judging from me, who's secular, it's unbelievable that a war will start by faith. Even if in the Earth's history there's a lot of religious wars. The me who's used as the excuse of the war. It's not such an exaggerated thing. Do I have to say, stop, don't fight for me? Oh well, if a war happened, that time is that time. And the only one on my mind is the vampire child. That child spends days peacefully for now. It looks like the people in the surroundings haven't noticed that she's a vampire. Rather, the person herself might not know about it either. I don't know about my status until my appraisal level rose. As for that child who didn't have the appraisal, that means that she doesn't even know her own race, right? Thanks to the true ancestor title, there's no weak point as a vampire, so there's no subjective symptoms. Then, what will happen when she knows it? The noble's daughter is a vampire. It only smells of troubles. What should I do at that time? Although I don't want to be concerned with her, what should I do? Well, at present it doesn't seem that there's a human who has the appraisal in the surroundings, so isn't it alright? If there's a person who has appraisal, it will be an uproar. If only appraisal can be used with Thousand Miles Eyes. I can confirm the status of the people in the surroundings. The Thousand Miles Eye is evolved from clairvoyance. Although it's simply the distance that can be seen increased, the distance as abnormal. I can see the Elro Great Labyrinth from here. I can see the distant scenery while being here as much as I like. It's an amazing skill. At this time, I was absorbed absorbed to hear the sound in the town. I was a little careless. If I confirm it properly, I should be able to evade it. My home is blown off. An outrageous shock. Moreover, I was not able to receive the magic formula. It means the destruction is not by magic. It's either a pure physical attack or an attack by the skill. Finally, I found you. I look at the person who brought the Holocaust. The Demon King was there. Oh shit. Oh shit.